Well, we're back with the Rideshow, and we're at Motocorsa down here, the fabulousness of a lifestyle and motorcycles. Arun, you've showed us around half of your store. We're going to do the second half in this segment. So we're at the parts department, but it's not so much as an upgrade as your bike as a sort of a personalization, right?
That's it. You've got, well, you know, there's two sides to what we do over here. The beautiful thing about Ducati is they really don't skimp. Even the most entry-level Ducati already has some of the best components out there. But with motorcycling, there's kind of two halves to what you do with it going forward. And again, it's no different than anything out there. It's always, for some people it's great to have it stock, but sometimes it's nice to personalize it. So in our world, we have equal measure. We have the personalization, which is more just cosmetic touches, what makes my bike stand out and be unique and different, either to other people or makes it special to me. But with motorcycling, there's kind of two halves to what you do with it going forward. And again, it's no different than anything out there. It's always, for some people it's great to have it stock, but sometimes it's nice to personalize it. So in our world, we have equal measure. We have the personalization, which is more just cosmetic touches, what makes my bike stand out and be unique and different, either to other people or makes it special to me. But to other people, it's also what can I do to get even more performance out of this already high level of performance. So we deal with both things.
So what are some of the things that people come to you for?
Well, by and large, any OE vehicle which comes in has pretty serious emissions requirements that it has to face, and this is a really, really muted sound. And while a stock Ducati sounds okay, it's not all its roaring glory. This is probably an example of one of our most popular add-ons that we do. Can you say that?
Terming? No, I can't.
You're not alone. Termignoni.
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 Yes.
They are the premier exhaust manufacturing company, Italian, of course. But they make exhaust for a full spectrum of motorcycles. In our world, it's really all about carbon fiber and titanium. Lightweight, performance. So this is an exhaust that weighs approximately a quarter of the stock exhaust.
Yeah,
but also it's a straight through. It's you know, a lot less resistance, and so you really get a true sound and noise. Looks cool, sounds cool, way better than a stock part on your bike.
What else can we do?
Well, there's all kinds of things you can do. You know, there are methods of excess going back to carbon fiber. This is a carbon fiber wheel. It weighs about as much as air. And this is from a company called BST. They're out of South Africa. They're the premier manufacturer of carbon fiber components for motorcycling. You know, you're talking about $3,500 for two wheels. You know, it's the price of a nice used bike. But from a performance point of view, there's nothing like it, and aesthetically, it's beautiful.
All right, and there's a few other things that we can do as well, little bits and pieces that can actually make the bike stand out a little more.
Well, there's absolutely things you can do. Things on this top counter tend to be very popular. Ducati motorcycles, for the most part, have an exposed dry clutch. So this is actually a part made by a local company. They're here out of Portland, Oregon, named Speedy Moto. And they are one of the premier manufacturers for aftermarket parts, but they make a whole range of products, including these clutch covers.
Now, let's talk about a bike upgrading. How much can you spend on upgrading a bike?
You can spend anywhere from $35 to $35,000. It just depends how far the rabbit hole you want to go.
That's awesome. Now, we've looked at what we're doing here, which is the upgrades and all of the extras in the parts department. Now we're going to take a look at the store overall, so let's head this way and look at some of the fabulousness here at the Motocorsa. Right, Arun, the final stop on our trip around Motocorsa. You, as the service department have won lots of awards. You know a lot, you've won a lot of awards, your service department's won. Tell me some of the awards.
You know, probably the most coveted award for us is every year Ducati picks what they consider to be the best Ducati dealership in the United States. It's not just who sells the most or who makes the most money or who buys the most stuff. It's just who provides that ultimate Ducati experience. And we've won that award 2 times in a row, which hasn't happened before. Our service department, every year Ducati picks the 5 best service departments in North America. And every single year that we've been in business, we've won one of those awards. So consistently, the guys back here who really make sure that these bikes are up and running and safe and as they should be are doing it better than most anybody else can.
What's the sort of motorcycle service range?
In the world of Ducati, there's a few different parameters that you have to deal with. We still suggest 3,000-mile oil changes only because they're high-performance motors. They're revving higher, but they are running, for the most part, a fully synthetic oil. So you could, in theory, go longer than that. We figure it's an inexpensive preventative measure. Beyond that, you really have just general maintenance. So the most common things on a Ducati would be your belts, because they are belt-driven cams versus a gear-driven cam or anything else, or a chain-driven cam. And then we just check the valves at 6,000 miles. Usually they're not even out of adjustment, but it's nice to keep them in spec and just give them a check just to be sure.
So you've shown us all around the store. We've had a great time while we've been here at Motocorsa. Can I go shopping now?
You can go shopping.
All right, I'm going to buy myself some stuff.